Thank you. And lastly, I believe we have item number 6, study of joint powers authority for fire services.
Mr. Mayor, members of the council, Wolfgang Knabe, your fire chief. The item before you is to request permission to engage a consultant in looking into a possible JPA for fire services between the cities of Fullerton and Brea. As you remember, way back when in 2007, 2008, we went into a recession, and I was asked by that council at the time to look into various ways of dealing with costs and efficiencies without layoffs, without station closures. So what transcended out of that was we had a command staff sharing agreement with the city of Brea in 2011. It was actually finalized last year with a 5-year contract for that, and it's been successful. In addition to that, the direction given to me through the city managers by council, both councils, was to look into the possibility of a merger, the efficiencies in that regard, and we're in the process of that, but we found out we needed to have some legislation to ensure some benefit retention and things of that nature, which was the Huff bill. Huff bill was passed, which gave us the green light to again pursue looking at this. We created a work group which included 2 council members from each council, 2 city managers, 2 association presidents, myself, and I think that was it. And recently met, and discussions and concerns came to be, and it was recommended that we look into a consultant to look at all the facts, everything behind it, the possibilities, the numbers, the benefits, make sure there was equity within the departments, and also look into deployment and potential ambulance program, additional revenues, things of that nature. So that is what is before you today, and the reason doesn't include any other agencies or a full open door to Wackenhut or whatever people think they would look at, is because it was decided to keep local control and try to share services with local agencies. With that, city attorney is here also, who helped draft or actually did draft the agenda letter, and is working on the Shell JPA for the 5 cities, and then that will result in potential Shell JPA for the fire service if we move forward with this.
Any questions of council?
I had one brief question. It says that Fullerton's share of the consultant's fee would be $35,000 to $40,000. Does that mean it's going to be a $70,000 to $80,000 job?
Correct. Something this detailed with salary, benefit, deployment model, ambulance program, that's actually on the lower end sometimes.
Really? Okay, thank you.
I think the last city that did something like this, it was $120,000. They did some. It was a bigger city and bigger agency, but so it could be expensive if it's done right.
Okay. At this time, we'll open up to public comments. Anybody wishing to speak on item number 6, please come forward.
Good evening, council members. My name is John Matheny, and I would just like to, first of all, thank you all for recognizing the letter from the Fire Department Union President. I know that he sent to you guys regarding this issue. I would just like to encourage you to not only consider the JPAs that are of immediate local, the 5 that you mentioned just now, but also some of the larger fire departments in the area as well. Anaheim Fire Department, the OCFA, and Los Angeles County Fire Department in specific, because of the resources that they can provide. For instance, the aerial fleet that LA County Fire has is one of the largest in the nation. Their USAR program is internationally known and can be of great benefit to our city, as well as some of the Anaheim Fire Department, and they are a really good quality fire department as well, with a lot of resources that can help us as a community and relieve some of the pressures that are just on such a small department as our own. So it's just simply a concern of mine as a community member I have family members and a lot of friends in the fire service, and living here, I'm always looking out for our community in that respect. And so I want to just encourage you to not just keep an eye on the local, smaller departments, but also open your eyes up a little bit to some of the larger departments in the area as well in this consideration. Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Next speaker, please. Okay, not seeing any of the other speakers come forward, we'll close public comments, bring it back to council for further discussion or a motion.
I'll move the recommendation and make a brief comment, too.
I'll
Second.
second it,
Oh,
and,
okay, go ahead, you go
and then
ahead.
I have comments as well.
Yeah, I think due to the fact that the city of Fullerton already has a relationship with Brea through the merging of the command staff, lends itself to our going further to see what will happen if the entire fire department is merged. And I don't think that the fact that we hire a consultant to do this work is all for naught. That does not preclude us from later looking at mergers with other adjacent entities. But without that information, there's not going to be a good way for us to compare that. So I am interested in seeing what economies are to be achieved through the merger of the entire fire department for both cities.
Yeah, I see this as a kind of establishing the benchmark for further future proposals. So it's kind of a necessary item, in my opinion.
I just wanted to add that I've been pleased to be part of the working group for the last couple of years on this issue, and through the merger of our command staff, there's been a savings of $1.2 million. Quality of service has increased. We've been able to retain local control, and that is really my barometer for moving forward with a full merger of our fire departments. Does it increase our quality of service? Does it let us retain local control? And is there a significant cost savings? And to understand all of that, we need to delve deeper into this and do all of our due diligence. So I fully support Fullerton taking the lead and bringing it to us, and we'll be glad to support this measure.
Councilmember Whitaker? No? Councilmember Chafee?
Yes, this proposal, if I understand it, and Chief, correct me if I'm wrong, allows for up to 3 of the cities to join in the authority, which can provide additional cost savings. Is that correct?
Maybe I should. On the JPA, Councilmember Chafee, that's the formation, the potential formation of a larger JPA. The governor has allowed through Senator Huff's legislation that he sponsored, the formation of the JPA starts with Fullerton and Brea, and then we can add up to 3 cities that are contiguous to the borders of Brea and Fullerton.
And we have a certain amount of time we have to do that in, correct? Within 2 years? Or
A year and a half from now. So,
But this study does allow for that?
this study will focus on Brea Fullerton piece of it because that is the first step. The formation of the JPA will come later.
Okay, so I do support this. It's a tremendous potential revenue saving as well as enhancement through the paramedic reimbursement that we might be able to achieve with this. So I support this.
Okay, we'll call the question. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstain? Thank you. All right, at this time we'll be adjourning, and next meeting is scheduled for July 21, 2015 at 6:30 p.m.